Hello and welcome to another edition of the Red Fenix Gaming Podcast. Guitar solo. Explosion.
You just took it too far.
Oh, one step too
That's
far?
too
Like
much.
just over the line?
Number 19.
This is Podcast 019. We are Red
We
Phoenix
are
Gaming.
one away.
One away from the
20.
dodecagonal something. Anyway, I am your host, Derek, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Michelle, and we're going to talk about some gaming news stuff and things that mattered over the past week or so. The date is the 6th of February.
Correct.
And I think I nailed everything. I'm sure I'll forget something, but it's okay. So let's talk about some gaming news. What do you think?
Happy birthday.
Donka,
It was your birthday.
it was my birthday.
I remembered.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I have a question for you.
I'm ready.
Have you ever been psychic?
No.
So, real quick sidebar, I have been psychic. I've been singing a song before, and I turn on the radio, and that song's on the radio.
That's
Psychic.
happened to me.
Now, I've never been psychic to the point where I've guessed the actual score of a football game
Lord.
and won.
Didn't we talk about this last week too?
We did.
His prediction?
We definitely
I can't
said
even
that.
handle that.
Yeah, that Madden predicted the final score of 28-24. Not
John
only did they
Madden
predict it,
is a wizard.
yeah. Not only did they predict it, they also predicted the MVP, which really isn't that hard to guess because it would have been Tom Brady no matter what, I think.
I completely object that they gave that to him.
Well,
I object that they lost, that they won it all.
Yeah, I completely object that they were even in the game, but that's okay. So Madden was completely correct, and they were only off by like 8 yards for his final yardage. They had the
Yep.
touchdowns correct.
Bananas.
So nuts. So, I mean, good for them, right?
Right.
Now, if you would have known that, would you have made a bet to say that,
Sure.
like,
Go to Vegas.
but you would have sided with the Patriots, right?
If I would have, just if I wanted to go off of what the Madden simulator said, yeah.
So if you were
But I
like,
hate the Patriots and Tom Brady. I put on my Beast Mode jersey, my Bills Beast Mode jersey. And I was really feeling like they were going to win, and they didn't.
you and pretty much every other person in Buffalo probably did, and you guys are
I
probably
know.
the reason that he didn't go beast mode.
Oh,
I blame you all. Well,
sure.
you know who did make a bet?
Who?
Chris Pratt
Yeah, and Chris Evans.
and Chris Evans. Yep. And Chris Pratt had to pay up. So
And that's okay.
that's really okay. It's actually great.
I love it. I think, and you know what the nice thing is too? That Chris Evans is also going to follow through
with
and
his side
he's-
of the bet.
with his side, and he's going to go to one of the Seattle Children's Hospitals dressed up as Captain America.
Yeah. So in case you missed last week, or in case you fell asleep during last week's episode, Chris Pratt said that if he lost, he would go to Chris
Christopher's Haven.
Haven. Yeah.
Mhm.
Where they have kids with cancer and families of kids with cancer can all go in there, and they have like support groups and place for them to
stay. Like,
exactly. So Chris Pratt showed up as Star-Lord at Christopher's Haven,
Amazing.
and now Chris Evans is going to dress up as Captain America and go to the Seattle Children's Hospital, I believe he said, and
Yeah.
walk around and do his PR thing. But
Which is amazing.
good on both of them. It's nice to see them actually both, not only did they follow through with their bet, but they actually are both going to do it no matter what. So I think that's
Yeah.
probably the initial plan, like behind closed doors, like
Sure.
let's just go do this, but kind of like a little, twist of the knife maybe a little bit for the winning team.
Sure. They did a thing where they were also raising money on Twitter for their two charities.
Yeah.
And Chris Pratt tweeted a picture of him and Chris Evans at the Super Bowl, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm a little jelly that they're able to just go to the Super Bowl whenever they just have that kind of money, but that's all right. Good for them. I'm glad that they're making good use out of their money and their fame as opposed to some people who are not. So
Right.
nice.
And they're superheroes.
And there's superheroes.
That's what's better than that,
Unless they're real
Baby
superheroes.
Groot, like
That's right. Speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, there's Baby Groot.
I watched it the other day again for the 18,000th time.
That's a great movie.
It's the best.
So, on to some actual gaming news, because that's
Okay.
not really kind of
Kind of
gaming news.
was.
Borderlands 3.
Yes.
So they're starting to get stuff together, and they're building it specifically for next gen or current gen consoles.
Yeah.
The Xbox One and the PS4, and probably PC because they always put it out in threes. Are you okay that they're not going to be for the 360? I mean, is this the breaking point for our 360 or PS3 friends that they're going to start losing out on games?
As far as 2K goes, I would assume so. You know, it had to happen. You have the Handsome Jack collection that's coming out in March, and it's going to have Borderlands, for next gen, which I'm probably going to buy. And so this would definitely be the next step. Like, why keep making two when one of those consoles is going to be...
Right, and I mean, even to this point, they didn't even make next gen or current gen, whatever you want to say. It was all last gen stuff.
Right.
Like their pre-sequel came out, and it was like, well, the Xbox One and the PS4 are already out. Why are you not putting it for both? Then come to find out, they have a all-in-one, so you basically get two games two games plus DLC for the price of one.
Exactly.
So anyone who doesn't have it, go pick it up because it's a great game. Everyone who does, you're probably going to end up picking it up again because you know how good of a game it is.
Yeah. And then you get to play it on the new console with all the graphics and yada yada.
I mean, I'm hoping that they still maybe try to. It's still so close to the release of the next gen consoles that it would be nice if they, were able to go backwards. But I mean, at what point do you cut it off? At what point are you like, look, we've supported it. It ran its life cycle for 7 or 8 years. Like,
yeah. I mean, they did the
no
same
more.
thing with the Xbox, the original Xbox. I mean, at some point, I have a friend who she still has hers. And
Yeah.
I don't know if she plays it all the time, but I know her son does. And at some point, you just have to stop. And then it's, like my old Atari.
Right. Then
Pull it
it
out.
becomes a collector.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hear you. Like I said, I hope they do something, but I wouldn't be upset if they don't.
Yeah.
Let's move on to some sort of kind of about gaming news, because there was a recent story that came out that said that Twitch hit 100 million monthly viewers.
Bananas. I'm one of those people.
I am too.
I go on there constantly just to see what people are doing.
Yeah, and like my idea behind it is like, is this where gaming is going to be going? Is this like the new form of TV, sort of? Because everything is so internet based nowadays.
I mean, we watched the Call of Duty tournament through Twitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't. That's what I watched it through, and I can see companies coming through and doing news on there and stuff like that, broadcasting everything. And now that Amazon is in there with their $1 billion purchase, they're gonna start expanding.
Right. And not only expanding, but marketing it much better, I think, than Twitch
yeah.
itself could.
Hey, you like this game this person's buying? Click this link. You can have it through
Right.
Amazon.
Exactly. And I mean, that's a great option for them, and that's awesome. I think it's kind of telling on where, entertainment is moving towards. You look at the things like Netflix and the things like HBO Go and all these cable companies that are putting out this product that's, cable TV, and it's just becoming moot. It's nowadays you don't really turn on your TV. I mean, we do because we have kids who watch cartoons and stuff. But even that, yeah, even that though is like you can put on Netflix and you can put on Toy Story or you can put on whatever TV show, and they have all these things that you can, have a subscription with or have some form of service other than cable where you can cut the cord, and that's what everyone's doing. So
Right.
whether it's Twitch or it's YouTube with like PewDiePie or whoever, I think you're going to see the transition from actual cable TV to either a subscription or even a free like Twitch. I mean, you don't have to pay for it, but you basically pay them an advertisement.
Right.
And YouTube is going to that sort of thing too, where it's like you don't necessarily pay them in the ads that you watch, you can actually contribute to their website or to their YouTube page with a contribute button. So I think it's great. I think it's really telling where the entertainment scene is going, and hopefully this means really good things for a lot of people. They're not pigeonholed into having to have a TV studio.
Right. But that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
studio. I'd like my own office. I'm in my living room.
I'm in my dungeon. Speaking of Pewds, so he's not really a fan of this new deal by Nintendo.
I agree with him. I don't think it's a good plan either.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, we're obviously, you and I aren't really making the money on YouTube quite yet. But maybe someday we are, and if it ever comes down to it, like Nintendo's new deal is really screwing people who are in this situation.
Yeah, so basically what they're doing is anyone who's putting any type of Nintendo content, if you just go there and put it up, Nintendo's going to take all of the profits you would have gotten from YouTube or any type of advertising.
Right.
Or you can go and you could put in this application for video approval. And now it's because of so many applications, it's like a 3-day wait period.
Yeah.
And if Nintendo approves it, then they'll split the cost with you.
Right. They what do they take? Like 30% of your already half or whatever it is?
Because YouTube's going to get their cut no matter what. And then if Nintendo takes the rest of it, or they're going to take a portion of it.
Right.
Any of the developers or any of the people that own these games have the right to do this, but none of them do it. Nintendo is the first one to come out and say, let us have it. You are getting thousands, if not millions of dollars of free advertising from these people that play your games. Part of my decision to play a game that I'm not going to run out and buy like a Call of Duty, I'm going to go watch somebody play it.
For sure.
If I'm not watching it on Twitch, I'm going to go see them playing it on, on YouTube.
Right. And it's the people, it's the huge people like the PewDiePies, like the, Inside Gaming when they were Inside Gaming, now they're Funhouse. Those type of people who you kind of go there strictly for what they're playing so you can get a sense of what's going on. Exactly. Right. I'm not a fan. I don't think anyone really is a fan. There's a lot of people who are signing up for it because it's either that or nothing. You're kind of stuck. And I don't know if this is Nintendo being like, look, we need the money, but they are at the point in their life cycle where they're kind of dying out. The way that Nintendo's built right now, they could take a loss every year for the next 30 years and still be in business. Yeah. But it's not a successful business at that point. You know what I mean? So maybe this is their way of trying to kickstart something, but you're really taking the money out of like the pauper's hands. I mean, I'm not saying PewDiePie's a pauper, but you know what I'm saying? Because
he has $1 billion.
Right. Right. He could have bought Twitch.
What's he thinking?
But like, I just, it's crazy to me to think that they're taking the money from potential starters at YouTube, people that are trying to do this as a full-time job. And
I think it's going to leave a really bad taste in some people's mouth. I don't ever see PewDiePie putting a Nintendo game on his channel.
No.
Ever.
And I think that's going to be that way for a lot of people. People are just going to stay away from Nintendo, which is a shame because they're like you said, they're getting a ton of free ad rev. They're getting a ton of free exposure, and really all they have to do is give out a decent game and have people play it. You look at like drunk gaming all the time. People play drunk Mario Kart, drunk Smash Brothers like all the time, and you're getting even Smash tournaments. Nintendo's going to take a cut or the whole thing out of every Smash tournament?
Yeah, because Smash
it's excluded.
Brothers is excluded from that. So you can't even ask permission to put it on there because it's not on a list of approved games. They're going to take all of the money from it.
And it's not just Smash. It's their big games like Smash, Pokemon, or Bayonetta, which Bayonetta got a 10 out of 10.
Huge, yeah.
So like,
I don't know. I think it's a bad business sense for them to be doing that. And you guys suck. Yeah. That's why I don't have a Wii.
I have a Wii. I played it for a whopping 3 hours so far, which was great. But I got yelled at for playing it today, so I had to get off and do a podcast.
PlayStation like a normal person.
Wow, somebody's salty as hell. moving on
we go.
to some more YouTube sort of news. With the respect to gaming here, obviously, because we're not just going to talk about YouTube the way, as a situation by itself. But
we're on YouTube right now.
Exactly. We love this platform, but we don't need to talk about YouTube as a YouTube. We're going to talk about it from a gaming aspect, of course.
Right.
Rambling much. So, Battlefield Hardline is in development, obviously. They're putting out
broken.
No. Super broken. No, it's not super broken. My wife's actually playing the beta right now.
They had some trouble with the beta because their servers were overdoing it.
Yeah.
With so many people trying to do it.
Well, and they should have expected, I think, because the game itself, Battlefield 4, I know that you weren't really a fan, but there was a pretty big following behind it. So when you get a new game, whether it's crap or not, you're going to get a following. But I guess Hardline is basically going to take the feedback from what is it? Their program called Game Changers, I think. And basically,
it's very cool.
Yeah, basically they're going to take the feedback from like YouTubers and Battlefield community members,
players, not even just Battlefield players. Yeah, like they're getting people that play just Call of Duty.
Yep.
And they're getting them all together in a room and saying, "Here, play our game. Now give us the feedback," just so they can make a better game. And I love that.
Yeah, and they're actually going to take their feedback into consideration before the game gets released.
Yeah.
I don't know how much they're going to be able to do the game at this level because they already have the beta out, but maybe it's going to, help with some sort of spawn points or help with, some of the glitchiness, some of the connection issues, who knows. So good on them for doing this. I hope that it turns into people saying, look, Hardline's just a expansion. You sell it for $30 because if it's for $30, I might actually pick it up.
Yeah.
Especially with it being graphically almost exactly the same as Battlefield 4.
And Bungie, if you guys want to do something like this for your next Destiny game, me and him would be more than happy to help you.
Absolutely. Just go ahead and send us a line. You can personal message us here, or, I'll give you my digits. We can exchange some sort of phone number.
Who says digits?
My secretary says digits all the time.
Oh, does she?
That's sexist. Why would you think my secretary is a girl? Jeez.
Yes, she totally is.
Well, you're right, but that's not the point. So
moving along
to some DRM. Our favorite friends.
DRM? Oh,
it is digital rights management.
Oh.
So like their digital CD keys or digital games.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about now?
Yeah.
Back up to speed.
They blocked those.
They blocked those
out because they were bought
fraudulently,
using illegal credit cards.
And now they've reinstated them.
Some of them, yeah, that's actually really nice of them because some people already started playing.
Yep.
So those people they kind of threw a bone to and let them continue playing, which was really nice of them.
So they've gone ahead and they reinstated the keys for, like you said, some people who have already successfully activated and started playing the game. So I'm assuming that if you activated the game and then never played it, they're probably like, hey, screw you. But hopefully you started playing it and they have not deactivated your key. If, what are your thoughts on this? Is this them like trying to cover their own rump here? Or...
No, I don't think they're trying to cover their own rumps, but I think that they got enough feedback from the community saying, hey, I put in like 4 hours of this game. Don't make me go buy it again. Maybe they threw those people a bone and reconsidered. But they still reiterated, dude, if you want to play this game, buy it legitimately.
Yeah. And the thing is like you wouldn't know you were buying it illegitimately.
Right.
Like you went and you bought it from somebody, you're like, wow, this is a killer deal, like great. You go on there, you buy it, and you're done. You have no idea. So I understand that they're like, well, you should buy everything from Uplay. Well, let me tell you something. Uplay is not the cheapest thing in the world. Neither is EA Origin. You're lucky if you're going on Steam and you see something that you wanted to play that's on a deal.
Right.
So be it. Or like on a sale or whatever, so be it. But like, mind you, this is all PC gaming, so whatever. But, you got to realize that people want to play games, but they don't necessarily want to sell their house to play the games.
True.
Help a brother out. Nah, I mean?
Sure.
Wow.
What do you say?
I do say.
Okay.
Michelle, what's your favorite game? Everyone who,
Ever?
everyone who's ever watched any of these podcasts should be able to name this before you were able to
Maybe
name
Gears
this.
of War, I would
Thank
say.
you.
Okay.
My favorite game, I think I've told you this before, is Mass Effect 4. Mass Effect period, the entire trilogy.
Mass Effect.
There's a fourth one coming out.
Presented by Lizard Squad.
No.
That's just kidding.
No.
We haven't talked about them. I just felt like
You just felt
Mass
like
Effect, I'd be able to say it just like that, and then I tossed in Lizard Squad.
you felt like rehashing old wounds.
I did.
You do that a lot.
Hey, thanks for behaving, by the way, Lizard Squad.
Yeah, that's probably because they're running from the cops.
That's true.
But that's neither here nor there.
Right.
So
Mass Effect.
BioWare, not Lizard Squad, creates Mass Effect, and they're
Right.
actually creating Mass Effect 4.
No way. That's not out.
It's not out.
3 was the last
3
one.
was the last. 3 was the
I
one
played
you
the demo.
You
Yeah.
played. You actually rented the game. You rented the entire game.
That's how memorable it was.
Michelle, for all those out there, did not like the game. I've put in probably 100 hours into that series. She couldn't put in 10. She couldn't put in 2. Sorry, I misspoke. 2. Because after about an hour and a half, she said, "I'm done!" And she threw the controller and she turned off her
happens often.
Xbox, and that was that. So I'm stoked that they're coming out with a new game, and it's going to be a lot like the original games. They're going to build off of the games. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be more expansive because obviously they have new tech, but it's going to be a lot like the original. So my question for you, do you prefer games that are groundbreaking and change the entire dynamic? I think I've asked you this before. Or do you prefer games that kind of stay to the original concept and just give you better graphics? Like, would you prefer a roster update or would you prefer a brand new game?
It depends on how it's done.
Stop it.
Get
off the
I
fence.
answered this the exact same way before. I want to play Call of Duty the way I play Call of Duty. You know what I mean? But change the story a little bit. We went from fighting in World War II to advanced warfare where we're wearing these amazing exosuits. You know what I mean? So that I like that. I'm all for change. I'm a creature of habit, but I'll still try new things. So if you're going to put out a game that's completely different, I'll take it for a ride.
It's a good choice.
Unless it's Mass Effect, because
I don't want you playing my game anyway.
you better get that for the Wii U.
Now you're being salty.
I am.
Speaking of 4, have you seen Uncharted 4's graphics?
I haven't seen the graphics. I
Oh my
know that
gosh.
they said F-bombs about being able to. It's really F-bomb hard
Yeah.
to get it to 60 FPS.
60 frames per second. They said it's going to be super difficult, which is fine in my opinion, because if you look at some of the, like, I know that there's stills.
I've seen like some of the, like Nathan Drake's stills.
Yeah. But he looks ridiculous. Like,
he looks like a dude.
Yeah, like graphically, I thought they just took a picture of a man smiling, and it's CGI. It's completely like created from a computer.
Yeah.
Are you okay with games not running at 60 frames per second?
I don't care. I've talked about this before. I don't care. I don't want choppy, like fuzzy.
I was just gonna say, would you prefer it to be at 11 frames per second, like some,
No, but
Assassin's
I mean,
Creed games?
If you can get it up to
30,
whatever, and make it look beautiful, I'm fine with that. If you get it to 60, good for you guys. But I don't care as long as it's beautiful.
It better be 60 frames a second. Not
or
really.
else.
Speaking from going from one Tomb Raider to another, not that Nathan Drake calls himself a Tomb Raider or anything, but
he kind of is.
Have you seen this article of Lara Croft for this next Tomb Raider game is going to be like a traumatized woman?
Lara Croft needs some Xanax.
Yeah.
In this one.
Yeah.
She's reeling from the last game, and people think she's lost her mind because she's like looking for this like fountain of youth type of thing, and they think she's crazy, and maybe she kind of is, and
Well, is this a
She
dynamic from like in gaming that they're trying to go for, like the realism, or like the being like having a conscience? Because
go
like
for it.
she's it's like it's almost sense of realism. Like if you were on a deserted island and you had to kill people to survive, I mean, you'd have some sort of PTSD, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't
Oh
know.
wow,
Maybe
she's all
depends on the
right.
people.
Sociopath.
A little
Never
bit.
mind, we're fine. No, but like
No,
I
I think that Tomb Raider is such a successful game, and it's been so successful for so long. They can kind of step out and put their feet in deeper water and be like, you know what? Let's completely do something outside the box.
yeah,
And I feel like that's what they're doing, and I think it's really cool.
exactly. Like the first game when she was like they're like, all right, so it's kind of like an origin story of Laura Croft, and she's gonna not have any real skill, and she's gonna have to like fight her way through stuff, and it's not gonna look pretty, and blah 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 blah. And then it comes to this one, and it's almost the
She's
same thing.
tired.
Like, yeah, like you're almost getting the same kind of sense. Like, she's just a regular person. She's not some superhero. She's not some Nathan Drake running around dodging bullets, doing this, doing that. Which I mean, she does that in the game, but she has this issue. She's been traumatized. She killed
Yeah.
people, and she has to live with that. Like, it's almost bringing a eerie sense of realism to the game for me. Like,
I mean, if I was in some kind of situation where I was almost killed, even if it only lasted like 5 minutes,
yeah,
I'm going to be exhausted. I'm going to be really messed up. And
for
I
sure,
think that they're making her
human.
a real person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's scary.
It's going to be really cool.
I'm really excited for the game. Unfortunately, I have to play it on Xbox, but still, I'm super excited for it. Let's move on to our favorite game that we've been playing. I shouldn't say favorite. We don't have favorites, but the game we've been playing more than anything.
Destiny. 'Cause
Absolutely.
it's my favorite
I
right
just
now.
said we don't play favorites, Michelle.
I love
Killing
you, Bungie.
me.
Dear Bungie, you are great. I hate your other game. I think it's stupid, but
It's
this
stupid.
is my favorite.
I mean,
Thank you.
unless I mean, whatever. That's fine.
It's not Gears, but I play the hell out of this game. I love it.
We both do. Uh, wow, you completely derailed my train of thought. I
I
don't even remember.
apologize. I'm so sorry.
I feel like I was going to talk about like foxes or wolves or
Wolf expansion.
yes,
Super
that's it.
secret
The House of Wolves expansion that's supposed to be coming out Q2 of this year, and there's
Yeah.
leaked images of like it coming out in May.
This
Of,
anonymous Japanese player like went through code and files and stuff,
Yep.
and he started a Reddit thread and he put all these pictures,
He put a lot of pictures.
all of the pictures, like you could find all of your upgrades. So I went through and looked at all the Warlock armor that's coming out. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then of course, like one of the new strike missions that you can see on there, it's level 14. So not all of this is going to be accurate. And they even came out and said, you know what? It's absolutely true. But all of it can change
Yeah.
before it's released.
Exactly. It has so much time, and by so much time I mean 4 months, 3 months, whatever it is, that they said, look, we can change any aspect of this. So whatever
Yeah.
you see, we can completely either take out, or we can move around, or we can do whatever. And looking at the one strike mission, the first one that you can see, it's for strange coin. So it's one of the weeklies, the weekly heroics, and it goes up to level 32. Which means that you and I are going to need to do some work to get up that high because
as soon as we're done with this, we have work to do.
Absolutely.
And it's really
Um,
funny that it was a Japanese guy that did it, because do you know what I have here?
Baby
I'm gonna
Groot.
show you. I do have Baby Groot. He's always with me, but I have this.
A sort of beverage.
It's actually Ramune, and it's
Romulan.
a Japanese soft drink, and there's like a marble in there.
Like Spock.
And yeah, no, he was Vulcan.
Oh,
You're upsetting me. Don't you mess with that. You're really upsetting me. And I actually had this for the first time. I've always wanted to drink it, but I go to Disney quite often, and
Sure.
in Orlando, in
Disney all
in
the time.
the Japanese section, I got to try this for the first time, and my husband actually went to this like Japanese market here today, and he got me a ton of it.
Why has it got to be the Japanese section?
Because it's the Japanese country of
That's
Epcot.
racist.
Listen, you're just mad because you haven't gone there, and it's cool because you have like this little thing and you pop it out. See, and then you put it on here, and then you gotta like use your finger, and the little Japanese girl had to open it for me, and then bam, the marble drops.
And then you spill pop all over the place.
Yeah, but it's really good. So I got this.
Sweet beats, yo.
And it's delicious. It tastes like
nuts.
peaches. I know. Sorry. Speaking of Japanese.
That's okay.
But anyway, Bungie, thank you. Can't wait. It's coming out when? They announced it. They gave it a little time frame there.
They just said Q2, which on the thing it said like May 19th, I think. But they've also teased, other than Q2, they've also teased a huge like Destiny related thing coming out in the fall. So my question, I have another question for you.
I love questions. They're my favorite. Yeah.
Is it going to be Destiny 2, or do you think it's going to be just like an expansion, another expansion?
I don't know.
Come on, get off the fence.
I'm so indecisive today. They're gonna announce Destiny 2 for 2016 Christmas.
You've heard it here first, confirmed.
Write it down. I'm gonna write it down. I got that list.
I was gonna say you write it down.
I have that list of things that we talk about when you make up these crazy. Here, see your 5-year plan right here. So they're gonna announce Destiny. Oh, I gotta write the date. 2/6.
Yep. I'm gonna keep talking while you're writing that down.
You got it.
So we contribute to Destiny reaching its 16 million registered users.
Of course we have.
We are
Bananas.
We are 2 of 16 million.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Destiny.
You are welcome.
And the other thing I was going to talk about is did you see that Bungie is going to be making some weapon changes to Destiny to try to level out the playing field, kind of?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on this?
I don't know. Like, I guess the shotgun is gonna be more shotgunny. I don't know.
It's not gonna be such long range.
Yeah. The fusion. I don't use the fusion rifle very much because I don't know. I don't really like it that much. Because
you have a sniper rifle that's amazing.
Amazing. They're not touching the sniper rifle. Really, that's all I cared about. I went through really quick and looked. They're messing with your hand cannon. How do you feel about that?
I'm bitter.
They're going to reduce the effective range and the damage fall off. And I'm like, oh, that's not nice.
No, I use it as a sniper rifle a lot of the time, and I just go for headshots with it. So when they started talking about it's optimal at medium range, I was like, son of a gun. And then when it was like something along the lines of you have to shoot slower, I was just like, are you kidding me? Yeah, like, because the faster you shoot, the less effective it is.
Yeah.
So I was just like, come on. Like, I don't know. I get that there's going to be like a damage fall off, and there kind of should be for the hand cannon, but like, you got to stay farther away from people because it's a hand cannon. You can't really like run up to them and shoot them in the face. You don't have a shotgun or like an auto rifle where you can just hold the trigger down.
Well, even that, like the auto rifle is the other primary weapon that I use regularly, and they're going to nerf that a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, just because it's a little too powerful for people.
Other than the hand cannon, though, they didn't really nerf any of the single shot.
No.
I mean,
everything
obviously the shotgun,
pretty
but
much.
like, everything else is whatever. But
yeah.
You know what? Oh, I have one other thing about Destiny. Sorry, I didn't mean to almost tell you we can move on. Did you see that it doesn't matter if they nerf this or not because people have gone through Crota's End and didn't use any guns at all?
Amazing. That's the most. I actually watched it. That's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. So how many was it? 6 people, because you need 6 people to do Crota's End. That's why we haven't done it. Yep. And they're all Titans, and they're making bubbles, and they're using melees, and they're using grenades, and bananas. It was, and then they all like jumped to their death at the end in celebration. It was so amazing.
It's super
I loved
cool.
it.
Yeah, they. I think they did like 4 defenders and 2 strikers, so that they had a little bit of firepower. But
Yeah,
yeah, they went through. I think they had 131. Everybody else was 32, and they basically just came in and just crushed it.
it was so amazing.
Yeah, I
That's on YouTube. You can watch it. It's Crotazon No Gun Run, and there's 3 parts to it. It's super, super amazing.
yeah. If you have like 45 minutes to burn and you want to watch some awesomeness, go ahead and fire
I
that
did.
sucker up.
I burned it.
It was so good. It was awesome for them. So let's try that out. Let's go solo it, just one person, and see if we can just no guns by
Yeah,
yourself.
you got this.
Got this.
Do it.
Probably not.
No.
That's all I have for Destiny. Do you have any more Destiny news?
No.
I have something for Call of Duty. 2015
I'm so excited.
Call of Duty.
The next
Oh,
studio.
Twitter just came up. It's going to be Infinity Ward.
It is not Infinity Ward.
I'm just kidding. She's so
It's
bitter.
Treyarch.
It's Treyarch.
Treyarch.
Michelle,
It's Treyarch. And you know what Treyarch means?
why are you excited about Treyarch?
Zombies.
We have zombies this time.
No, this is not zombies.
She wants real zombies. She doesn't
I
want
want
these
real
fake
zombies. I want Black Ops zombies.
Black Ops
I am
3
so excited.
exosuit zombies.
I don't want exosuits anymore, please and thank you. I'm gonna need David Vanderhaar to get on this and take care of this because
Just be like, look, I want exosuits in like 3 years. It's not a big deal.
I'm so excited. I love zombies, so I've just been waiting and waiting and waiting because I feel like the last like 11 games have not been, Call of Duty by
Yeah.
Treyarch. It's just
Yeah,
all
well-
this other crap, and I don't want it anymore. And I've enjoyed playing the games, even though I haven't really played this one at all.
No, we
It's
haven't. I
I
haven't
got
in Prestige. Yeah.
No,
Really.
I didn't know. So I'm so pumped because I love zombies. That's my favorite thing in Call of Duty.
It is.
And I want famous people to be voice actors and stuck in jail or whatever. You don't have to do jail again, but yes, give me zombies.
Absolutely.
I will come play that for you and tell you all about it.
Both of us will. Sign me up.
Yep. Yeah.
It's to us. That's
I'll
two.
give you his phone number.
My digits.
Yeah. I
Maria.
have nothing. That's it. That's all I got. Who's Maria?
That's my secretary. She keeps saying
Oh.
digits in the background.
Jesus. Fire her. Go ahead. Immediately fire her.
Maria, one more time you say digits. Fired.
You have to have her like put out like a new ad too. Have her type it up and have it ready just in case.
Yeah. I need you to find your replacement. Then you're gone.
Yeah, for Maria.
Oh, goodness. That's okay. She needs to be told what to do once in a while. No, that's
Sure.
all I got, too. So, yeah, check out the subscribe and comment, and check out the Twitter and the YouTube, and we're already on YouTube, and the Facebook and the website, and we have too many things. Just check out all the things, and yeah, that's all I have.
Hashtag bye.
Hashtag bye.